This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening and thank you for joining us at 7. I'm Rafael Sanchez. The radar looks pretty active right now. Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kevin Gregory is joining us on this Storm Team 6 alert day. Kevin, what's happening there behind you?
Well, we can find some downpours. There aren't enough for everyone, though. Most of us will stay dry this evening. You see how rapidly they develop. Watch. Nothing, and then boom, this will move between Nashville and Columbus along State Road 46. Some heavy rainfall, some lightning, gusty winds, non-severe at this point. Then also to the south and east of Columbus and north of North Vernon. This was close to Batesville. It's been diving a little to the south and east, moving outside of the RTV6 viewing area. Big picture, nothing upstream or to our northwest. Any additional thunderstorm activity, I think, will stay south of a Bloomington to Greensburg line this evening. Temperature down 2 degrees in the last hour. We're at 84 now, lower 80s to the north. One other change that's happened through the day, west-northwest wind now. That's behind the cold front, which is to our south. That cold front is the spark for any thunderstorms, and I think they'll be isolated to the south. 75 at 10 o'clock tonight with a nice breeze.
A busy Tuesday. Kevin, thank you. Tonight, the University of Indianapolis trying to figure out how a swastika ended up in one of their dorm rooms, which is causing some confusion there on the campus. That, of course, is happening tonight as the university is trying to figure out and works with some of the students that are there. We're talking about specifically students and sisters Shira and Mickey Sasson, who walked into their new dorm room yesterday and found the scratchings there on the wall. You can see a picture of what appears to be a red swastika in red. The sisters are Jewish, originally from Israel, and members of UIndy's women's basketball team. Shira posted a picture of it on social media.
When I walk in and see that on my wall, it just hit us differently. We felt like this is our home away from home. So seeing that made me, for a few minutes, feel like, what am I doing here? This is so scary and sad.
Shira Sasson says she isn't sure if they were targeted or if it was left over from someone who may have used that room over the summer. UIndy says it provided other accommodations for the students and started an in-depth investigation into who had access to that room over the summer. The school is also working with the Indianapolis Jewish Community Relations Council. Safety is top of mind as kids return to school, and only on RTV6 we're giving you a look at the undercover police patrols now underway to crack down on drivers who break the rules. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is working for you, learning how you can help make things safer for students this school year.
We're riding along with Muncie Police Department this morning in an undercover vehicle following school buses, making sure that people are stopping when the stop arm is out.
So you can see their parents being pretty aggressive, which we had heard from some people that we talked to in the community that parents were actually having to get out in the road.
It didn't take long to see it for ourselves. Muncie PD has heard several complaints from parents that people aren't stopping when the stop arm is out, putting kids in danger. We spotted a driver you see here on the left-hand side turning while kids were crossing the street.
He knew the rules, and I asked him, I said, you saw the arm. Yeah. I thought it was okay.
Almost every day, people are impatient. They don't understand that these kids are crossing. You can hit them. That's it.
Muncie PD just received a state grant to pay officers overtime this year to enforce this law specifically. Once the buses have made their way safely to school, police stick around school zones to watch for people speeding.
This is 45 and a 20. Very nice lady, but that's 25 over the speed limit. And if a kid were to go run across the street, can she get stopped in seconds? The answer is no.
Working for you in Muncie, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Thank you so much. If you see a problem in your neighborhood and need help, connect with us here at RTV6. Email us at workingforyou@rtv6.com, and we'll see what we can do to help you with your issue. Right now, communities across the country are coming together for a national night out. This is a look at the event happening on the far east side here in Indianapolis in the area of 38th and Post Road. It's a chance for people to interact with law enforcement and learn about the resources available in their neighborhoods. To kick off National Night Out, the city recognized 6 of its top crime fighters at a ceremony today. Each IMPD district designated a winner, as you can see. They include school officials, officials, Crime Watch captains, and youth leaders. Recipient Jason Ward has been instrumental in reducing drug use and crime in Haughville.
It is an honor because of the police department. IMPD works very closely with us. If there's a death, as you know, there has been 7 in that area already. They have marched with us. I'm talking about the commander of the department.
Metro Police says each of the honorees embody the meaning of police-community partnerships and shows a strong commitment to improving their neighborhoods. People in El Paso, Texas, and in Dayton, Ohio, and across the country are still trying to come to terms with the mass shootings that took place over the weekend. President Trump is planning to visit both cities tomorrow. He'll visit survivors. He'll visit with first responders and those who lost loved ones. The president's travel plans, though, have become controversial. Some local Texas leaders say he is not welcome in El Paso. They say he still owes the city money for a previous campaign rally. On Saturday, a gunman, police say, was motivated by hatred and racism, killed 22 people at a Walmart. Police arrested that man, and if convicted, he could face the death penalty. In Ohio, leaders are considering new gun law proposals. The state's Governor Mike DeWine announced 17 proposals today. They would require background checks for basically any gun sale, and they would let judges block sales to and take guns from people they decide are a threat. The proposals would also reform mental health programs, establish a tip line, and create a social media monitoring program. Governor DeWine says Ohio needs to take action while remembering a person's constitutional rights. Now, similar proposals in Ohio have failed to get enough support from lawmakers in the past. A young boy is inspiring thousands of people to participate in a movement called the El Paso Challenge. He wants to do something nice for someone else as a way to pay respect to the victims of this weekend shooting. Our Thomas Hopaw introduces you to the amazing 11-year-old behind this idea.
Scared. I guess people are just scared right now.
How do you explain this to a child?
My son, after Saturday, he did come and ask if we could find a grocery store that delivered groceries because he didn't want to have to go out to the stores anymore.
I was like scared. She talked to me. Like she said, I don't know why some people do that, but you and me are safe now.
I said, well, this person, was not from El Paso. He came here. He was full of hate. I said, but that doesn't define what people in El Paso are.
How do you help them overcome fear?
We cannot stay home. We cannot be afraid. I said, we cannot live in fear. We're going to have to go out.
You fight tragedy with hope.
He wants to do each person to do one good deed in memory of each person that passed away.
El Paso Challenge is about honoring the 22 people who were killed during the shooting.
You fight hate with love.
But we want to show everyone that El Pasoans are good people.
You fight fear with kindness.
Do you guys accept?
Accept. Absolutely.
This is our city. And I think we're going to show them just the opposite of just how much we come together.
One act of kindness for each soul.
Like mowing the lawn, donating to charity, visiting a nursing home.
One for Margie, one for Ivan and Maria, one for all of them.
He set an example not only for the kids his age, but for people like me that are much older. And I respect him for that.
We now live in a world where a child has to explain this to adults.
It doesn't really matter what age it is. We should just help everybody.
In El Paso, I'm Thomas Hoppe.
What an amazing young man. Renowned author Toni Morrison has died. Morrison is best known for the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel Beloved, and she was the first African-American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize in literature. Her publicist says she died last night at the age of 88. Morrison's writing career spanned nearly 5 decades and included treasured novels such as The Bluest Eye and The Song of Solomon. Her work looked into the Black experience in America, specifically for African-American women. Still ahead of the news at 7, a fire truck responding to an emergency, as you can see, needs some rescuing of itself in Chicago. Details on that coming up. But first, let's check in with Kevin.
And we're tracking thunderstorms, most of them moving away from central Indiana, though. We'll find a couple nearby and look toward the weekend.
on RTV6. This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Emergency crews in Detroit are ruling out a gas leak as the source of that house explosion. You can see from the video, the house was obliterated, and crews rushed to the scene to contain the potential from fires. The homes on either side, we're told, were also damaged, and despite it, it does not appear that anyone was hurt considering all of that you see there. But crews are still searching for possible victims and what actually happened in this situation. Chicago fire crews are still working all afternoon to move a fire engine that got stuck when a part of a parking garage collapsed. You can see the hole under the truck, and there are parked vehicles just below. The fire department has been emptying 500 gallons of water that were in the truck to make it much lighter, and cranes to move it are on the scene. The driver of that fire engine went to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Chicago Fire says the engine was responding to a call from a nursing home next to the parking garage. Hopefully they'll get that fire truck out of the way. That is clearly an emergency. It is a Storm Team 6 alert day. There is the alert beep. Kevin, fill us in on what we can expect.
The thunderstorms were clipping southern portions of the state, and so the strongest storms are leaving the Hoosier State, which leaves us in a better situation. That's a severe threat, pretty diminished. As you look to the west with our Weather Now camera, just some fair weather clouds, cumulus clouds that have not been building into thunderstorms in central Indiana. You watch those grow on a warm, humid day straight up. Those are the ones that build into the thunderstorms. The complex line of storms producing some potential wind damage is what has been moving from southern Illinois through southwest Indiana now into Kentucky. We'll cross the Ohio River, come on up toward Columbus. Between Nashville and Columbus, nice little downpour there. These thunderstorms flare up and then fade away, but as that cooler air rushes out, it creates other downpours. Those will continue to hopscotch their way toward Cincinnati, and I think the rest of us north of a Bloomington to Greensburg line stayed dry this evening. Temperature in Richmond, 80 degrees, Indianapolis at 84. We were up to 88 earlier. It's 79 right now in Greencastle. Rain chances tomorrow were dry. The next chance for thunderstorms, it's not a great one, but we'll take it because we're in another dry stretch here. That arrives Thursday, opens the door to comfortable conditions Friday, Saturday, and on Sunday will be dry. There are your temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday, the warmest day at 88, back down into the low 80s on Friday. As far as your day tomorrow, first thing in the morning, some sunshine, 67 degrees. We'll warm to about 84 tomorrow afternoon. Nothing more than a few fair weather clouds around, staying dry. The wind out of the west northwest, it will be breezy, 10 to 15 miles per hour. That's a refreshing breeze with drier air lowering the humidity to go with these temperatures that are about average for this time of year. Thursday, we start dry. As we go into the afternoon hours, you'll see an area of thunderstorms try to cross the northern portion of the state. A couple of those could be strong, especially to the north and east. We may see the line come together a little more through the evening hours. Thursday temperature 88, warmest in the 7-day planner. As we go beyond that, temperatures will be cooler, especially Friday, Saturday, and then start to warm a bit on Sunday. Here's your 7-day forecast. Watch what happens. Temperatures, they're very comfortable on Saturday morning, 60 degrees. We're dry through the weekend.
Kevin, thank you so much. Still ahead, RTV6 is hiring Hoosiers all week long. We've been working to get kids from the classroom to the career as they head back to school tonight. How students are getting a chance to showcase their leadership. That and our Jobs of the Week next, only right here on RTV6.
Then filet sandwich meal, only at Zaxby's.
RTV6 is committed to getting Hoosiers hired and getting you the skills and the resources that you need to land the job. That's why we created Hiring Hoosiers. And today, one of the largest banks in the country wants your students to join their team for a unique internship. RTV6 is working for you to get your students classroom to career ready. Our Erin Lish takes us inside a partnership banking to make a difference in the future of children.
Here, you hold this out. Oh, you got it?
Got it. Yeah.
You gotta keep pulling it down. There you go.
These high school students are cleaning up at Newfields where they are getting a special internship through Bank of America.
We provide a grant to the not-for-profit and they pay the kids' salaries.
This is Bank of America's Student Leaders Program, where they're doing much more than pruning the grounds of the museum.
Kids get comprehensive experience from meeting with the CEO all the way down to the volunteer docents, so they learn everything about how the not-for-profit works.
They've been doing research on connecting younger audiences to the campus, which provides an opportunity to showcase their leadership.
We've worked on making projects each week to present, and so we've each gotten a different chance to be the leader. And so it gives you a lot of real world experience of what an actual job is.
And as they cut away the branches, it opens up their eyes to how businesses function.
I never really realized how a nonprofit works, and it takes a lot of people to keep this engine running. So it's kind of cool getting behind the scenes and seeing all the other things Newfields has to offer.
Working for you, Erin Lish, RTV6.
Erin, thank you so much. The Pacers are looking for people to join their team. They're hosting a part-time job fair next week. The team will be hiring for a variety of positions at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, including the box office, team store, guest relations, ushers, as well as security. The Pacers part-time job fair will be next Wednesday, August the 14th, from 4 until 7 at the Entry Pavilion that's between Pennsylvania and Delaware Streets. Good luck with that. There's a huge variety of positions out there right now for the taking. RTV6's Meredith Barrett gives us a look at jobs open in real time right now.
It is time now for a look at our jobs of the week. I'm joined by Anna Pentenberg from Spirion Staffing, and you're going to tell us about all the jobs that are available right now.
Correct. We are getting started with a .NET developer. This person will help build software using different languages and technologies of the .NET framework. You must have a bachelor's degree in computer science, engineering, or a related field, and this starts off between $80,000 and $90,000 a year.
All right, our next job, you must know more than one language for.
Yes, yes. Preferably Spanish-speaking bilingual sales coordinator. This is in Fishers at $22 an hour. Sales experience, especially kind of in the restaurant type field, is preferred. And a working knowledge of CRM tools is definitely a plus.
Great opportunity for someone who is bilingual there.
Yes.
Next one is an IT project manager.
Yes, this will be on the north side of Indianapolis. This is responsible for management and delivery of tech-related projects and starts between $60,000 and $70,000 a year.
Wonderful. And finally, something you are always looking for.
Yes, we always have a need for warehouse associates. We have openings all around the city of Indianapolis and the suburbs of that. Pay ranges from $12 to $14 an hour, and we have first, second, and third shift positions available full-time or part-time.
All right, wonderful. Anything else you'd like to add for these jobs of the week?
No, I think the one tip for this week is just that don't be afraid to apply for something that you're not maybe immediately qualified for. We can always take a look at that and see if we do have a position we can get you into that maybe helps you build some of your skills.
Wonderful. Love that. Anna, thank you so much. You can find all of these jobs on hiringhoosiers.com. These are all thanks to Spirion Staffing. Once again, Anna, so happy for you to join us. All these jobs, again, on hiringhoosiers.com.
2019 is a year filled with reasons to celebrate right here at RTV6. We marked our 70th year on the air back in May. Derek Thomas, he retired after 40 years in June. And tomorrow, the one and only Kevin Gregory, he celebrates his 30th anniversary right here at Channel 6. Now, Kevin arrived on August the 7th, 1989, here to the studio. By that time, Derek had already worked 10 years at RTV6. He remembers the arrival of that young weatherman.
He arrived such a young, effervescent person, and he hasn't changed. He's still effervescent. He's tireless, loves the weather, loves people, happy, smiling. I've never seen him sad. He is the pulse of this station, I think, at this point, because he's a guy you turn to for weather in this community. I am proud to have worked with Kevin all these years. I'm sure the viewers are proud to have him be their weathercaster because he does such a tremendous job. It's an honor, a joy, to have been a colleague of Kevin Gregory for all these years.
And of course, we all echo those sentiments. And of course, every word that Derek Thomas says is weighted in gold because he chooses his words precisely.
Derek, you were very kind to me. Thank you, thank you. Just to show you, we get to know each other here at work, but outside of work too. So when he was talking about I arrived very young, so was Derek. And we had a media basketball league. So we played in that, and Derek played magnificent defense. And he came to a Notre Dame-Iowa basketball game. Derek loves Iowa, and I said, but you're sitting in the Notre Dame section, so you can't root for them, so don't make any noise. So every time they shot a three-pointer, Derek would just go like this. Hoping that it went in, but didn't want to cheer. Okay, thunderstorms down near Columbus, sliding to the south and the east and fading away.
Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Of course, there's a big party, and of course, the news tonight at 11. Good night.